Hare Krishna. So yesterday we were discussing the neutral participant or Udasin, Vyasdev, a historian, Itihaaskar, and how is it different from the modern historians. So Vyasdev, his life, we also discuss Itihas. He is not simply presenting the stories, not only presenting the facts, which is what most of the modern research historians target. But Vyasadev's purpose is not simply writing facts. The purpose of Vyasadev or Valmiki Maharshi is to create an impact. It's a itias not simply for information. It's a itias for transformation, parivartan. And what kind of parivartan? And why Mahabharata and Valmiki's Ramayana will always remain relevant? It will remain relevant because it gives a complete story of life, Jivan Darshan. And Jivan Darshan is seen through the eyes of the great rishis. Rishis, we said, Drishya, Rishi. Those who have a constant ability to see the moving things of this world and give proper understanding to it. Many times we have discussed, ordinary persons simply have experiences of life. And their experiences are very, very subjective based upon their surrounding. Some feel life is very, very tough, and some feel life is very great. And some feel their surrounding is very bad. Some feel their surrounding is very heavenly. So therefore, particular surrounding, particular family background, particular financial status makes one feel certain kind of experience. So usually they present their experience as truth of life. But that is not truth of life. दैट इज सिंपली जीवन के अपने दृष्टिकोण, अपने अनुभव को प्रस्तुत कर रहे, वो उनका सत्य है. On the other hand, those who are not part of this world, those who live the life of complete negation in this world, they see things only from the philosophical perspective. तत्व दृष्टिकोण से देखेंगे, उनके पास जीवन का अनुभव नहीं होगा. एक के पास जीवन का अनुभव नहीं है. सम डोंट हैव द एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ लाइफ, others don't have the vision of life. So therefore is a continuous conflict between those who are extremely practical and those who are extremely idealistic. एक के पास काव्यात्मक दृष्टिकोण है और दूसरे के पास केवल अनुभव है. But Vyasadev and Valmiki Maharshi, their greatness is not only they have experience of life, not only they have experience of their own life, they have experience of the entire dynasty. One knows the story of Chandra Vamsha and other knows the story of Surya Vamsha. These are the two primary dynasties coming from moon god, and one is coming from sun god. Raghukula, that is Lord Ramachandra's dynasty, and other is from Krishna, Yadukula. They are not simply small dynasty, 3 generation, 4 generation. No. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks to Arjuna, this knowledge I told to son, evam parampara praptam, and now I am telling this to you. Such a long connection between the parampara system. And Vyasadev and Valmiki Maharshi had all that experience, and they had the tapasvi. They were tapasvi, dharmik, satyashali, yoga drishtikon, all this combined together. Therefore, when they narrate the story, you can imagine comparing them to ordinary historians. Therefore, the scriptures explain, when you respect people who are very high and very low on the same level, that becomes an aparadh. साधारण व्यक्ति को महान व्यक्ति से के साथ जोड़कर दोनों को एक ही आसन पर या दोनों को एक ही दृष्टिकोण से देखना, ये अपराध हो जाता है. देयर इज अ कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ समानता, सामाजिक समानता, एंड देयर इज सामाजिक न्याय. नाउ व्हाट इज समानता? समानता इज वेरी आर्टिफिशियल, वेरी कृत्रिम. व्हेन वी से that give everyone opportunity, no, not everyone, depending upon their ability to handle that opportunity. If you give opportunity to someone who cannot handle, it becomes a burden to him. What he needs is sympathy, not resources. It is not only being a poor is not a qualification. If you are poor and you have the ability to handle certain resources, then such a person has to be empowered. Otherwise, it's a waste of resources. गरीबता उसका योग्यता नहीं है. उसके गरीब पता नहीं कहां से तो हो गया, लेकिन उसके अंदर बहुत क्षमता है किसी विद्या को प्राप्त करने हेतु. He has the power to handle that education. So therefore, when you empower them, then they contribute more to the society. Then the point is, are we supposed to neglect the poor? No. You also take care of the poor according to however much they need to be taken care. That is called as samajika nyaya. Is everybody qualified to be a, whatever, a teacher, a guru, or an engineer, or a doctor? No, there has to be a disposition. Whether you have money, you don't have money, which family you come from, that is not important. That is immaterial. What is important is, does he have the disposition? Does she have the disposition to handle that post? Therefore, Vyasadeva himself and Valmiki Maharshi, the greatest of the two historians, their background is very interesting. Vyasadeva's father is great Parashar Maharshi, but the mother was ordinary fisherman's woman. But the combination gave rise to the greatest of the Itihascar, Vyasadeva. Valmiki Maharshi was raised in the colony of the hunters. He was raised by the highway robbers, wherein his words, his mantra was kill. Mara, mara, mara. Maro, maro, maro. That was his mantra. But what was his qualification? His qualification was, when Narad Muni asked that question to him, whom are you doing all this for? He said, naturally, mere parivar ke liye kar raha hu. Then Narad Muni raised the bar of his inquisitiveness. जो कुछ था ही नहीं उनके पास, nothing was there. He asked him, go and ask your family whether they will take the responsibility of the consequences of your activities. That means Narad Muni very subtly raised this principle. There is something good and there is something bad. ये दोनों के अंतर भी उनको उसकी ज्ञात नहीं थी. He couldn't discriminate between the two. And therefore he ran. When he ran to his family, that was the beginning of his journey. If I am able to make the distinction between good and bad, even from the information perspective, and willing to take that step to understand, that is the beginning of the journey of somebody to grow in life. That was his background. Mrigari, same. When Narad Muni asked him, why don't you kill them full? He didn't know the distinction between killing half and killing full. He said, what is the distinction? What is the difference between the two? Adha maro or pura maro? That means he has become so desensitized in regards to understanding the pain of others. So Narad Muni had to tell him, look, you are killing half, they are half dead, the pain is more. If you kill them instantly, the pain is less. So Narad Muni began by teaching him that if you are a killer, because that's what he could handle. He said, if you're a killer, try to minimize the pain of the person whom you are killing. Because to talk to him about non-violence is redundant, does not make any sense to him. And from there, he became a great soul. Almost same kind of story with Valmiki Maharshi. So therefore, we don't have to prove to people, the Vedic Shastras are controlled by somebody who is born in a higher society. The concept of Varna is a merit centric. The concept of Jati is a reservation centric. Varna means what? Now Vyasadeva is born in some other family, but there is a merit of writing. He has the qualification. Therefore, Varna goes beyond Jati. So we see that Valmiki Maharshi and Vyasadeva has the power to see things. Not only for yesterday, not only for today. It is for tomorrow and forever. Because what do they see? They don't see story of Arjun. They don't see story of Yudhishthir. They see that. But seeing Arjuna, they see certain principle. अर्जुन को भी देखते हैं और अर्जुन तत्व को भी देखते हैं. अर्जुन तत्व इज एन इटर्नल प्रिंसिपल, यानी कि इस कैरेक्टर, उसका व्यक्तित्व वो हमेशा के लिए रहेगा. And therefore, as long as Brahmaji gave that benediction to Valmiki Maharshi, as long as this Srishti is there in this world, till then Ramayana will exist. It is not simply, applauding, flattering Valmiki Maharshi, because that is the reality. Because when you study these two literature, of course the Bhagavatam also, what do you find? You find an eternal principle. Unchanging rules of life are presented there. People get cheated in this world. And who cheats you the most? Those who are very close to you. Because wherever there is greatest investment of Shraddha, there is the chance of getting cheated. It is explained, this is a survey and statistic conducted, especially among the religious people, there are greatest scams takes place. They have done the research on especially the, in the Christian communities. Why? Because there is Shraddha, there is faith. And because there is a faith and there is no Vyavahar, there is a greater chance of getting cheated. Therefore, what does Mahabharata say? What does Ramayana say? Lord Ram, just see, Ram did not take anything by word of mouth. He gave all values to his word. He never broke his words. He never broke his promise. That is practicality while keeping complete understanding. He said, go Hanumanji, go and see whether Bharat still wants me to come back to Ayodhya. If there is any change in his idea, I will not go there. I will stay here. Did Ram suspect Bharata's consciousness? No. Doubly assured. I don't want to take any chance. Doubly sure that only when Bharat still wants me to come, I will go there. Shraddha thi, but Shraddha was not simply sentimental. Shraddha was grounded with philosophy of life. So that's what Narad Muni, when the Pandavas married, what did Narad Muni come down? Narad Muni did not tell them, because you're such nice brothers, everything will be nice. He didn't say like that. He said anything can be wrong. कुछ भी हो सकता है. Therefore, if you are married to Draupadi, make a rule in your life. नियम बनाओ. And he told a story also. तो इसका अर्थ हुआ कि क्या वो लोग एक दूसरे के प्रति श्रद्धा नहीं रख रहे थे? श्रद्धा था. श्रद्धा को बढ़ाने के लिए नियम भी बना दिया. Therefore, wherever there is a discipline of legalize, whether it is verbal legalize, whether it is paper legalize, whether it is legalized based upon having evidence, if everything is made responsible, then what happens? Even if there is a small trace of breaking that faith, one says, no, I can't do that. No, I'm bound. I'm bound by Yamaraj. The Shastra says originally there were no kings, there were no rules, there were no laws, because everybody was dharmic. अंदर से उन्हें इसकी अनुभूति हुआ करती थी. परमात्मा उनका साक्षी हुआ करता था. इसलिए वो कभी अपने दिए वचनों को नहीं तोड़ते थे. जितना हम परमात्मा और देवताओं से दूर है, उतना मनुष्य लीगल सिस्टम को स्वीकार करना पड़ता है. Therefore, there is a huge Anushasana Parva in the Mahabharata. In the Ramayana, there is a whole concept of governance. When Dashrath Maharaj, as a king, he said anything and everything to Kaikeyi. He said, ask whatever you want. In the name of Lord Ram, I will give you. If you want a poor person to be made into a rich person, I will do that. If you want a rich person to be made poor person, I will do it. If you want me to free a murderer, I will free him. And if you want to give death penalty to somebody who is free, I will do that, Kaikeyi, in the name of Bharat. This cannot be done by the king. This cannot be done by somebody who is ruling. This cannot be done by somebody in a responsible position. Even to his own family member one. What did she do? She basically exploited that, and she told Dashrath Maharaj, send Ram to the Vanvas for 14 years and make my son the king of Ayodhya. Who was she? She was not an outsider. Was Kaikeyi came with this intention from very beginning? No. She was the most innocent. But by constant hearing, रफाल में चोरी है, रफाल में चोरी है, सिमिलरली मंतरा से सुनते 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 क्या हो गया? जो अपने पुत्र को भरत से भी ज्यादा राम को प्रेम किया करती थी, अपने पति के लिए अपने प्राण देने के लिए तैयार थी. कैकेयी was not small-minded, selfish woman. She fought along with her husband, placed her finger, to protect the falling wheel on the battlefield where her husband was fighting. इतना सब कुछ इन्वेस्टमेंट किया हुआ था कैकेयी ने. But can you imagine using all that faith which was there? And therefore Dashrath Maharaj said, whatever you ask, I will do in the name of Ram. And she asked, and what a drama, what a disaster she created. That death of Dashrath. And greatest disaster was, the son felt, you never understood me. तुम मेरे माँ होकर मुझे पहचान नहीं पाई. Can you imagine for a son? The greatest pain was she could not understand her own son. एक दृष्टिकोण से भरत कभी उससे कभी he couldn't rise only from that feeling that my mother My mother could not understand me. Therefore, all these beautiful concepts are eternal reality. They will always happen. And what happens? Because we do not study itihas, then we repeat the history. इतिहास को रिपीट करना चाहिए. अगर महाभारत रामायण को नियमित रूप से रिपीट करते रहेंगे तो हिस्ट्री नहीं होगा. History is what we study about the modern world. History repeats. But itihas, what does it do? It gives us proper vision of life. And because it gives us proper vision of life forever and for all the time, we remain philosopher. Therefore, philosophy and darshan are two different things. हम दर्शन शास्त्र को फिलॉसफी करके अनुवाद करते हैं. Now philosophy is different from why darshan? Because darshan, there is the word darshan. Philosophy में दर्शन नहीं है. You are only haggling with the words. There is no similar word darshan in the Western concept. Because the philosopher in the Western world are not necessarily rishis. Some had the rishi background, but most were intelligent mentally. But the darshanikas in the Vedic system were all rishis. They were deeply spiritualist. उनकी साधना हुआ करती थी, उनकी तपस्या हुआ करती थी. And therefore they are दार्शनिक, they are दर्शन देने वाले. Therefore shastra and shastra, darshan and sudarshan, दोनों का एटिमोलॉजिकल जो धातु, उसका जो निरुक्ति है कहाँ से निकलता है? दर्शन से निकलता है. अगर आप ऋषि के दृष्टिकोण से नहीं देखोगे, उनके दर्शन को नहीं देखोगे, फिर भगवान का सुदर्शन देखना पड़ेगा, which is called as a Kala Chakra. So therefore, however much you speak about these two great personalities, Vyasa and Valmiki, it is always less only. And the greatest tragedy for this Bharat Varsh, there is nothing for them. उनके लिए कुछ नहीं है. देखो, महात्मा गांधी फादर ऑफ नेशन बन जाते हैं, जैसे कि भारत का जन्म ही 1947 में हुआ था. कैन यू इमेजिन? वी ऑल एक्सेप्टेड ऑल्सो that a country, a Rashtra, which has a story at least 5,000 years, minimum 5,000 years, ये करता है, परंतु उनके बारे में चर्चा नहीं होती है और इसको सहन कर लेते लोग. They are willing to accept this, and because of such a great tragedy, especially amongst those who are followers of Sanatan Dharma, at some point of time they rise. They are controlled by their small petty rituals, and many times these rituals are not centered around what Vyasa and Valmiki Maharshi gave. Just like when Jarasan was doing a Rajyasuya sacrifice, he wanted to be the king. He wanted to perform the greatest of the sacrifice. What sacrifice? उसका भी राजस्वीय था, लेकिन perverted राजस्वीय था. And his राजस्वीय sacrifice he was planning to perform by killing 101 rajas. He thought, I am the king. If I sacrifice, अगर मैं राजाओं को बलि चढ़ाऊंगा, जितने राजाओं को बलि चढ़ाऊंगा उतना शक्तिशाली राजा मैं बनूंगा. इट्स अ प्योर कैपिटलिज्म ओनली. जितने लोगों को मैं धंधा में चौपट करा दूंगा. This multinational companies, big companies, what do? They wipe out all the small scale industries. This is nothing but Jarasan consciousness only. It's a consciousness of Jarasan. Just imagine. But Krishna kind of told our Jarasan when he came there, if tomorrow everybody, one commentator says, the carpenter thinks that, I want to be the best of the carpenter, वो 25 carpenter को बलि चढ़ा देता है. Tomorrow somebody says, I want to be the best of the purohit, and the best way to become a purohit is 25 पुरोहितों को बलि चढ़ाओ. जितने ज्यादा पुरोहितों को बलि चढ़ाओगे उतना अच्छा आप पुरोहित बन जाओगे. That is not supposed to be done like that. The difference between Yudhishthira Maharaj's kingdom and Jarasandha's kingdom is that Jarasandha wanted to be a ruler without empowering, and Yudhishthira Maharaj wanted to rule by empowering everybody. सबको empower करना चाहते थे. So Krishna said, you have to go, and he released all those kings. जरासंध को ही बलि चढ़ा दिया और युधिष्ठिर महाराज को राजा बनाया. So we will see some of the impacts which was created by Vyasadeva in the life of Pandavas and also in the life of Kauravas. He is a participatory, he is a participating character in the scriptures. He is not simply an observer, we discussed that. So when the Pandavas, their family, Bharata Kula, was going through a tragedy, just imagine in their family, they were the rulers of the entire Bharata Varsha. Bharata Varsha, not only Hastinapur, controlling the entire Bharata Varsha. Under them there were many kings, but in their own family there was not a male child, there was no child only to take over the kingdom. Vichitra Virya and Chitrangada both died. Satyavati, Bhishmadev is there, but he said, I will not rule. Can you imagine what an emergency? ये नहीं होता क्या? कितना भी जितने आप बड़े होते हो उतनी आपकी emergency बड़ी होती है. The people with greater resources have a greater emergency in life. If you are the wealthiest person, when you make a loss, what do you lose? You don't lose 100 rupees, 1000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, 50 lakh rupees, 1 crore rupees, 2 crore rupees. It's thousands of crores. And for such a family not having a child, just imagine, what a tragedy. There are people who are very wealthy but no children only. Or they don't have a male child. Now the question is, what is the problem with the daughters? No, there is no problem with daughters. They go to somebody else's home. वो दूसरों के घर में जाकर उनके घर को उजालती है, उसको उजाला बनाती है. लेकिन जो इस घर में अगर पुत्र नहीं हो तो घर कैसे आगे बढ़ेगा? So सत्यवती को भीष्मदेव ने कहा, भीष्मदेव told, look my dear mother. She said, why don't you procreate through Ambalika and Ambika? Bhishma instantly denied. Because for him, his vows became greater than the legacy of Bharatakula. And then he suggested, no, she said, you become the king. He said, no, I can't because that's my vow. And Bhishma Dev suggested to Satyavati about this concept of Niyoga Paddhati. Niyoga Paddhati is the kshetra, the womb of a woman is a kshetra, and the seed, even though coming from somewhere else, either a very qualified Brahmana or highly evolved Kshatriya, when he plant that seed in the kshetra of the particular family, the kshetra which is bearing the child belongs to that family. In the Kali Yuga, such systems are not allowed to be implemented, scripturally and legally also. So then, when Bhishmadev told her, Satyavati, with little embarrassment, she told about her connection to Vyasadeva. Till then, he didn't know. She told that Vyasadeva is my son. She told her story. Bhishma Dev was fascinated. So she invited Vyasadeva. And what did Vyasadeva? Vyasadeva told her, whenever you remember me, I will come. And when Vyasadeva came, she told him the need. He said, मैं मेरे पुत्र धम को पालन करूंगा, परंतु एक शर्त है. If you want to do this, for 1 year your daughter-in-law should practice the vrata. If they practice this vrata for 1 year, they will become able to handle my power. But Satyavati said, no, I can't wait for 1 year, because 1 year is too long. This kingdom is without the Raja, Arajakta. राजा नहीं होना, इसको अराजकता कहते हैं, पेंडोनिया में हो जाता है, इसलिए प्लीज डू इट नाउ ओनली. सो व्यासदेव डजंट स्पीक एनीथिंग, ही अलाउज अस टू थिंक अबाउट इट. अगर आप पढ़ोगे वहां वो कुछ बोलते नहीं है. बोलते कि अगर आपकी बहू मेरे कुरूपता को, कुरूपता ने कि जस्ट लाइक लॉर्ड शिवा इज कॉल्ड एज विरूपाक्ष. Virupa. Virupa is what? Disfigured. Dangerous to see. But that Virupaksha is not necessarily ugly. If you do not have the sufficient capacity to handle, then what will happen? It will be counterproductive. She forced. Another law in life, when you start something abruptly with however good intentions you have, but if you have not respected the laws of nature, it does not matter who starts it. प्रकृति के नियम क्या करेंगे वो निश्चित रूप से इम्पैक्ट करेंगे ही. तो व्यासदेव said if she can handle, Satyavati went, gave her full story. You have to take care, you have to do this. पूरे उसको मनाया, अच्छा से समझाया. But she did not tell who is supposed to come. नहीं बताया उसको. So this Ambalika, she is also called as Kaushalya, she was waiting. What she was waiting for? She was expecting Bhishma or some other great Kurukul warriors will come. She was waiting for somebody like Bhishma. But who came? Suddenly Vyasadev came. So Vyasadev है पवित्र. Vyasadev is a great personality. But suddenly by seeing Vyasadev, it is but natural, in the middle of the night, if you see something going away from you, however much powerful, you may be a wrestler, you may be a karate fighter, you may be a kung fu fighter, but something moves unexpectedly from you, what happens? रोंगटे खड़े हो ही जाते हैं. स्वाभाविक है. In the winter, if you suddenly expose yourself to cold, you'll experience, goosebumps coming. You may say, I am not this body, I am not this body, I am not this body. Suddenly goosebump आ ही जाता है. Because the material body has its own independent way to react to the surrounding. It goes beyond what you understand. क्योंकि अपना उसका अपना खुद का अस्तित्व रहता है. Right, some people can handle the chili easily. ऐसा खाते कि जैसे कि गाजर खा रहे हैं. But some people, even the smell of the chili, they have tears in their eyes. Why? Same tongue, but the body also has its own different characteristics. Some people can consume nuts as much they want. When you go to America, there is always this problem of nut allergy. थोड़ा सा कुछ अगर नट्स आ गया तो एलर्जी होके लोग बेहोश भी हो जाते हैं. यानी कि वही खाना वो पॉइजन में परिवर्तित हो जाता है. So just imagine this lady was expecting Bhishma or some other great warriors of Kurukula to come. When she saw our Vyasadev, क्योंकि व्यासदेव साधारण नहीं है, आंखें खोलना चाहिए, चरण वंदना करनी चाहिए, उनको वधुपर्क देना चाहिए, आसन देना चाहिए, लेकिन उसने क्या कर दिया, अपने आंखें बंद कर दी. शी क्लोज्ड हर आईज. एंड व्हेन व्यासदेव केम आउट, सत्यवती वाज वेरी ईगर. शी आस्क्ड हिम व्हाट इज द कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस, क्या होगा. व्यासदेव टोल्ड, माय डियर मदर, this personality who is about to come in this world, he will have the power of 10,000 elephants. Begin with the positive news. He'll study Vedas. Therefore, Dhritarashtra is also called as Mahapragya. He had the insight about life. And he will also have 100 children. That also he said. But only problem is because your daughter-in-law closed her eyes, this son of yours will be blind. देखो संस्कार, गर्भदान संस्कार कितना शक्तिशाली है. व्यास देव ने भी प्रोक्रिएट करने पर he did not guarantee that the child will be completely all right. Vyasadeva represents Lord Vishnu. He is Lord Vishnu. He represents the grace of God. लेकिन उस ग्रेस को स्वीकार करने वाली जीवात्मा है अंबालिका. Only grace of God without my efforts and endeavor only gives rise to blind power. Therefore, Prabhupada explains, the guru has to be powerful and the living entity has to be potent. The seed and the field, if the seed is powerful but the field is desert, then nothing will happen. Or if the ground is fertile and seed is useless, nothing will happen. Seed represents what? The seed is living force. और फील्ड रिप्रेजेंट्स प्रकृति. प्रकृति और पुरुष के बीच में अगर सही प्रकार का सहयोग नहीं होगा तो पुरुष कितना ही शक्तिशाली हो, वो जीव को परिवर्तित नहीं कर सकता. इसलिए भक्ति और योगा इज द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द लिविंग एंटिटी. आई वांट टू टेक टू डिवोशनल सर्विस. मुझे भगवान की सेवा करना है, ऐसा संकल्प जब तक जीव नहीं करेगा तब तक भगवान उसको जबरदस्ती नहीं कर सकते. कृष्णा कैनॉट फोर्स, ही विल नॉट फोर्स. समटाइम पीपल यूज दिस, गॉड कैन डू एनीथिंग. ही कैन डू एनीथिंग बट ही डजंट डू एनीथिंग. नो, ही इज मोर लॉयल टू हिज लॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स. Krishna is loyal to his laws. Therefore, very important principle to understand. Vyasdev, if you study, was Vyasdev responsible for Dhritarashtra being born blind? Was Vyasdev responsible for the Kuru children being born like that? We'll study that also. Just see how he is participating. He could have said, अरे मैं आने पर भी फेल हो गया. Sometime, those who are leaders, they want it to be successful by any means. No, success does not happen only because your endeavor. The other party, those whom you are working with, if they are not matured, if they are not educated and qualified in regards to what you want to give them, however much you try, it will not work. Therefore, one of the purpose is to respect the factor of time, जो सत्यवती ने नहीं किया. And another great character of Vyasadeva in the Mahabharata is an indicator of what would happen. But it does not disclose completely ऐसा ही होगा. वो indicate करते हैं. Vyasadeva is an indicator of Vidhata. Vyasadeva is an indicator of Daiva. ऐसा हो सकता है. बट ही नेवर टेल्स कंफर्म, बिकॉज कंफर्मेशन करना आपका उत्तरदायित्व होता है. सत्यवती सेड, बट देन हाउ विल ही रूल? प्लीज नाउ यू गो टू अंबालिका एंड अंबिका, because Ambato never got to get married. So then he came there. When he came to Ambika, when he came to Ambika, Ambika did not close her eyes because she had also not prepared. Her body curled. It became pale. अगर एक कोई छोटा बच्चा निष्पाप है, ऐसे कोई विचित्र व्यक्ति को देखने से क्या होता है, अपने आप पेल पड़ जाता है. व्यासदेव को क्योंकि एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर रही थी, तैयारी नहीं कर रही थी, तो उसका परिणाम क्या हो गया? शरीर पेल हो गया. और पुत्र कैसा निकला? शक्तिशाली था, लेकिन उसको पांडु रोग हो गया. नो, समथिंग लाइक अ व्हाइट लेप्रोसी, डिजीज्ड. अगेन व्यासदेव से पूछा, शी आस्क्ड व्हाट हैपेंड? ही टोल्ड द सेम थिंग. यू नो, she turned pale, and therefore he'll be a great son, but he'll be in this kind of shape. Satyavati did not stop. She was persisting. Now, is it determination or stubbornness? Sometimes we call stubbornness as determination. We have discussed this before also. Determination is the faculty of the emotions. दृढ़ता भावनाओं का क्षेत्र है. दृढ़ता चाहिए, लेकिन उसके साथ में कैपेसिटी. कैपेसिटी इज द फैकल्टी ऑफ द बॉडी. पीपल हैव क्षमता, दे हैव द पावर टू एग्जीक्यूट, बट डिटर्मिनेशन इज नॉट देयर. सम पीपल हैव डिटर्मिनेशन बट दे डोंट हैव द कैपेसिटी. व्हेन डिटर्मिनेशन and capacity are interconnected, then there is a level of guarantee. No, people can experience success, right? So Satyavati was determined, no, I need that child, but she did not recognize and realize, or she was blinded by the lack of capacity of her daughter-in-laws to handle the power of Vyasadeva. Therefore, our sankalpa, without understanding the capacity, what does it do? It gives a counterproductive. She sent him back again. Please, you go. He followed. ना माता का धर्म, पुत्र धर्म पालन करने के लिए आया था, पहली बार मिला हुआ है. He didn't want to do avagya of his mother. When he came third time, what Ambalika did was, no, many times the daughter-in-laws do to their mother-in-law, बोलते ही नहीं उनको क्या करने वाले. सो शी प्लेस्ड अ ऑर्डिनरी दासी. बट नाउ दासी, बिकॉज their experience dealing with the eccentric behavior of their masters, they handle unlimited unexpected things. And this dasi was not ordinary also. She had the courage, she had the culture, she had the capacity and determination. When Vyasdev came inside, she treated him with such a respect and love and affection. उनको सम्मान किया. वो पूर्णता से उनकी चेतना खुली थी, उसके प्राण शक्ति अच्छा से बह रहा था. And when she accepted him, what happened? Vyasdev procreated through her, and he told her, you are no more a dasi. The child who is going to come in your womb, he is Sakshat Yamaraj. He is a personification of dharma. The most intelligent person, he is going to come and he will guide through everybody. And he came and told Satyavati, ये एक ही लड़का है जो normal है. Huh? Why? Because Vyasdev was willing to give and this dasi was willing to receive. No, she was willing to receive. And therefore Vidura, in the beginning of the Mahabharata, Vyasdev explains to the readers कि my purpose of writing Mahabharata, can you imagine, my purpose of writing Mahabharata is to glorify or to present 7 truths. The first is I will expand the legacy of the Kurukul. मैं उसके कुरुकुल के विस्तार रूप से वर्णन करूंगा. सेकंड, आई विल टॉक अबाउट द धार्मिक पांडवास. थर्ड, I will speak about the adharmic Kauravas. Fourth, I will speak about the vision of Vidura. Vidura became one of the most important part of the Mahabharata. ये पहले व्यासदेव जी डिक्लेयर करते हैं, like Chaitanya Charitamrita Prabhupada explains, author always declares the purpose of his book, which is called as pratigya. एंड उस प्रतिज्ञा को पूरा करने के लिए अलग अलग प्रकार का उदाहरण, निगमन, रेफरेंस देते हुए देन ही अल्टीमेटली कंक्लूड्स देयर. एंड देन कृष्णा's greatness, कुंती's power of toleration, and Gandhari's dharmashilata. These are the main 7 subjects of the Mahabharata. And that is the Vidura was born. Why? Not only of his greatness, his mother's greatness and the grace of Vyasadev. जहाँ माता की महानता और व्यासदेव की कृपा थी, इसी के कारण उनको अच्छा पुत्र हो गया. Vyasdev did not say, even I tried best. No, you teach nicely, but the students have to learn nicely. You are not responsible for making them teach. Learn. Teaching is your responsibility, learning their responsibility. It doesn't stop here for Vyasadeva. Eventually, Pandavas are born in the forest, and Gandhari is pregnant here in Hastinapur. When she got to know that Yudhishthir is born, जीवन में 2 ही पाप किए उन्होंने. When Gandhari got to know that Yudhishthir has come out of the womb of Kunti, that time she was still pregnant. She couldn't tolerate. She continued the legacy of Kurukul's daughter-in-law, सत्यवती. कुंती वहां बाहर थी, इसलिए प्रतीक्षा करने की क्षमता को रखती थी. She, before conceiving a child, every year she would do tapasya. For 1 year she would do tapasya. She was not being haste. I want children. She stayed in the Hastinapur, Gandhari. उस एनर्जी को साफ नहीं किया था. जैसे ही गांधारी ने सुना, heard that this great lady has given birth to Yudhishthira Maharaj, she realized that her son will be the king, my son will not be the king. थोड़े समय के लिए पाप की वृत्ति आ गई, and she stuck her belly जोर से, and instead of child coming out, lump of flesh came out. So Vyasdev was invited again. When Vyasdev came, what could he do? He could create the miracle by his Yoga Shakti we discussed yesterday. He cut those that flesh into 100 parts, placed it in a pot of a ghee and covered it. And then 100 children came out. And the very first one who had the touch of Vyasadeva, which Pandavas did not had. व्यासदेव का स्पर्श कौरव उनको मिला, पांडव उनका दर्शन तक भी नहीं मिला था, लेकिन तपस्या के द्वारा, सत्संग के द्वारा, साधना के द्वारा और अच्छे इंटेंशन के द्वारा, पांडु एंड कुंती had a great intention. Therefore, there was limitless touch of Vishnu in their austerity. It is not a physical touch. No? And because such touch was there, you can imagine what kind of children came. And Vyasdev का स्पर्श हुआ और पहला ही पुत्र जब भी जन्म लिया, दुर्योधन, when he was born, what happened? He was screaming like an vulture. बच्चे जैसे रोते वैसे नहीं रोया, आजू बाजू का सराउंडिंग, द एंटायर सराउंडिंग वॉज सो डेडली, inauspicious. No Brahmana had the guts to tell Dhritarashtra what does this indicates. When Parikshit was born, oh my God, so many Brahmanas came and they gave such a prediction what kind of child this will be. They could tell he'll be dharmic like Yayati, he'll be great like Shibi, he'll be such a great personality like, charitable like Shibi Maharaj. He'll be great like Manu. He'll be like personification of Lord Ram Chandra only. He'll be like Arjuna in bow and archery and like Kartivir Arjuna. He'll be like as good as Lord Narayan in regards to be compassionate. So many qualities they spoke. तो सब कुछ बोल पाए, लेकिन यहाँ ब्राह्मण बोल ही नहीं रहे. धृतराष्ट्र ने पूछा क्या बताओ क्या होगा. विदुर ने बोला मैं बोलता हूँ क्या होगा. No, Vidur said that was the beginning of hatred between Duryodhana and Vidur. He said this child is born if you discard this child. Sounds very brutal, but that was the truth. He said if you discard the child, your other 99 children will survive. He has come to destroy everybody. इसको discard कर दो. Dhritarashtra began his mantra. How can I do this? It is not possible. He never stopped that mantra till Kala, Krishna, and the Pandavas discarded Duryodhana forever. Vyasdev was party to this story. You can imagine. जहां उन्होंने हस्तक्षेप किया कैसे बच्चे निकले, वो कंप्लीट बच्चे नहीं निकले. But Vyasdev was a neutral party. He could say, I did my part as nicely as possible, but I am not responsible in regards to what they do with it. और अपने मातृ धर्म, अपने पुत्र धर्म को पालन करके वहां से निकल गए. At some point of time when he saw these two families are going to fight like anything, he told his mother Satyavati. कभी कभी माँ का सुनना होता है और कभी कभी माँ को सुनाना भी होता है. He told his mother, my dear mother, and he told Ambalika and Ambika, this is not the right place for you to live. This place is going to see limitless conflict. Now you have become old. Come with me to stay in my ashram and perform your devotional service. Do not interfere. Just imagine Ambalika and Ambika, they are best of the sisters, but now if they had stayed there, they had to see the conflict between her children, Ambalika's children, and the children of Ambika. So Vyasdev did not want them to be there. Satyavati, Ambalika and Ambika, he took them away to his ashram where they can practice their devotional service, because their interference will make them influence to take sides. But Vyasdev taking part in the family business will only for the sake of what? Enlightening them and educating them. And eventually we see Pandava's marriage. Now Vyasdev came twice to meet the Pandavas. First time when he came, he said, I knew that the Duryodhana party are going to do this with you. I knew about it. But because you are so pious, nothing would happen to you. He gave them assurance. He said, even though I am connected equally to you and the Kurus, but जहाँ स्नेह हो, स्नेह का आदान प्रदान हो, वहाँ संबंध बढ़ जाते हैं. इसलिए I've come here to give my time to you. He blessed Kunti, blessed her children, then he went away. Meanwhile, the Pandavas traveled to so many places, and just before coming to those potter's house, no, because that Brahmana came and told amazing story about Drupad organizing the Swayamvara ceremony. And looking at Arjuna, he said, we'll take 7 days to do Arjuna's katha. Less than, it will be more than 7 days. He said, this person, this young man, looks very good, he should marry Draupadi. He predicted that without knowing that they were Pandavas. And he told the entire story of how Arjuna controlled Drupad and how Drupad became fascinated by Arjuna. He's telling the stories to the Pandavas only without realizing that they are Pandavas. And then, when the Pandavas decided to come to this place, being fascinated by this story, so then what happened? Vyasdev comes there. And what does Vyasdev do? Very briefly, he tells the story of Draupadi to the Pandavas, her previous life, and tells them it is in your destiny that you will marry her. एक या दो श्लोक में बोलता है, पूरा नहीं सुनाते. It is like an astrological chart, giving a hint, not full sketch. Just giving an hint, because if you are given only hint, what happens in your hard labor, you actually forget the hint. Only when the things happen really, then you look back, oh, actually such and such person had told. But when the hint becomes reality in the past only, you don't work hard for the present only, and the present is captured by the past, and the present is not realized only. Arey, this astrologer told me lie. Must be. And you are also liar because you stayed in his story only. You did not put in efforts. Very important. तो व्यासदेव थोड़ा सा हिंट करते हैं. वाल्मीकि महर्षि सेम थिंग ही डज. Where does Valmiki Maharshi tell that Kaikai was sent by the Devatas? Where does Valmiki Maharshi say Mantara was sent by the Devatas? आधा श्लोक में. क्यों आधा श्लोक में? If he goes on narrating, this was all the will of the Devatas, then the whole story of human experience is destroyed. देव का भगवान का इच्छा था, भगवान का इच्छा था, भगवान का इच्छा था. When we keep on talking that it is God's will, we take it for granted and do not put our efforts. When do we say it's God's will? Only when the work is done. पूरे प्रयास करने के बाद अगर हम यशस्वी हो गए. In fact, if you read in the Mahabharata, other day we were discussing that पांडवों को मार्कंड ऋषि ने कहा अपने कर्म के फलों को भगवान को अर्पण करना चाहिए. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. कर्म के फल को अर्पण करने के लिए आपको कर्म करना पड़ेगा पहला. राइट. इट इज नॉट ओनली चेतना, इट इज कर्मों का फल. कर्मों के फल को चेतना के साथ में जब भगवान को अर्पण करते हैं, वो फल को कृष्ण बड़े प्रेम से स्वीकार करेंगे. He'll accept that. So therefore, the पांडवों को हिंट दिया द्रौपदी के साथ में विवाह के लिए. If you read that part, it sounds that Vyasdev had not come there only. There is a confusion. युधिष्ठिर महाराज को कुंती ने कहा, बेटा मैंने क्या बोल दिया? What did I say? I should have not spoken like this, saying that you share equally amongst yourself. How could I speak like this? It's a most offensive statement. But because I have spoken as a mother, you do something about it. And Yudhishthira Maharaj said, no, Arjun, you marry her. Arjun said, how can I marry her? She was only meant for Arjun from Drupada's perspective. Arjun said, I can't marry because other brothers are not married. I can't do this. They don't say, अरे व्यासदेव ने बोला था ना हम लोग सब कर लेते. इतना आसानी से नहीं. व्यासदेव ने बोला था, लेकिन वो पीछे बैकग्राउंड में रह गया. They had to go through their own संघर्ष. After going through all that संघर्ष, Yudhishthira Maharaj saw that all the four brothers are equally looking at Draupadi. वहाँ शब्दों का उपयोग किया गया है. लोग गलत गलत उसका अनुवाद वर्णन करते हैं. No, they were looking at her because the power of destiny was forcing them to be attracted by her without they realizing. The background was there. And this part, Yudhishthira saying that, anything which has come in my mind cannot be adharma. He doesn't say here, he says in after few chapters. But Yudhishthira Maharaj told in one sense to his mother, Mother, all of us we will marry her because this thought has come in my mind. And because it has come in my mind, therefore it cannot be sinful. हाय किसी में दम ऐसा बोलने के लिए हाँ? कि बोलना कि क्योंकि मेरे मन में ऐसा विचार आया हुआ है ये पाप नहीं हो सकता. He said that, and he didn't stop there. When Drupad Maharaj got to know through his son, these kind of things are they doing, he was fuming, he was angry, upset. When he came down, he said, how could you do this? This is not there in the Shastra. ये न तो शास्त्रों में है, न लोक प्रमाण में है, न शास्त्र प्रमाण है, लोक प्रमाण है. अब कैसे कर रहे हो? तब तक फिर से व्यासदेव जी आ गए. Just imagine how Vyasdev is an active participant. He took Drupad on the side and narrated the story more elaborately to Drupad compared to what he has told to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Why? Because now story has happened. कथा होने के बाद आप कथा को विस्तृत रूप में कह सकते हो. अगर कथा नहीं हुआ है आप केवल ट्रेलर दे सकते हो. दिस कुड बी द स्टोरी. बहुत कम होशियार लोग वो ट्रेलर को देखकर 70% परफेक्शन में बोल सकते कि ऐसा मूवी हो सकता है. अनलेस यू हैव फ्रेंडशिप विद द राइटर, राइट? So just see how the scriptures are so fascinating in presenting the reality. Therefore, if somebody comes out arrogantly and with great confidence, अगर कोई कितना भी महान एस्ट्रोलॉजर क्यों ना हो, अगर वो देखता भी हो सत्य को, उसको बोलना नहीं चाहिए. इधर मेरा 10 में से 9 सही हो जाता है. He is against the principle of व्यासदेव. व्यास परंपरा का नहीं है वो वाल्मीकि परंपरा का नहीं है. वो देखने पर भी उसके अंदर एक क्षमता होनी चाहिए, उसके अंदर सहनशीलता होनी चाहिए. जितना चाहिए उतना ही बोलकर अपने जो विद्यार्थी आया हुआ है उसको प्रयास करने की क्षमता को बढ़ाने के लिए मदद करना चाहिए. If Vyasdev personally is not telling this whole story to the Pandavas, who we are, man, a human being, sometimes his sadhana makes him arrogant. Sometimes when he does his sadhana, when he has the vision of what would happen in the future, and he start telling more and more, he start thinking himself that I am too good. इस रोग को, इस इच को व्यास और मालविकी महर्षि आसानी से हैंडल करते हैं. So beautifully. So Vyas goes, Narad Muni comes, Krishna comes, the marriage is approved. If Vyasdev has approved the marriage, Narad Muni has approved the marriage, Krishna has approved the marriage, the entire Kurukul has approved the marriage, Pandavas have lived with Draupadi for so many years, who the hell we are to object her marriage with Pandavas? After staying for so many years, proving her credibility. Now Vyasdev doesn't stop here. Eventually, Yudhishthira Maharaj receives the message from his great father, from Pitriloka, कि बेटा तुम्हें राजस्वी यज्ञ करना पड़ेगा, मैं नहीं कर पाया, otherwise I will not progress from there. So when Yudhishthira Maharaj is very happy that my father is stuck, I need to perform this sacrifice, I am doing something to my father. So when he got to know what it takes to perform Rajaswiya sacrifice, he became hesitant. अरे बाप रे, इतना सब करना पड़ता है, युद्ध करना होगा, लोगों को चैलेंज करना होगा. He said it's too much to handle. So he called Vyasdev, he invited him to get his approval of not doing the Rajaswiya sacrifice. क्योंकि व्यासदेव जंगल में रहते हैं, साधु है, बोलेंगे क्यों, समाधान रहो, जो भगवान ने 2 भोजन आपको दिया है खाने के लिए उसको खाकर आप संतुष्ट रहो, आपको क्यों करना होगा? जैसे हमारे कन्नड़ में कहते हैं कि वैद्य बयसिದ್ದು हालो अन्ना, रोगी बयसिದ್ದು हालो अन्ना एंड वैद्य ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು हालो अन्ना. That means the diseased person, he is expecting that doctor will tell me to eat dahi and rice. Halu means milk or dahi, whatever, however you want to take. एंड वो साउथ इंडियन मद्रासी है बोलो उसको बोलो दही राइस खाना है तो बोला ठीक है खाऊंगा, यही खाऊंगा. तो ही वॉज एक्सपेक्टिंग व्यास विल कम एंड टेल हिम, बट व्यास देव इज अ साधु नो डाउट, बट इज एन अलर्ट साधु. No, he knows what to do. He said, no, Yudhishthir Maharaj, you have to perform the Rajasuya sacrifice. नारद मुनि ने कहा, व्यास देव जी ने कहा, फिर कृष्ण को बुलाया और कृष्ण ने तो और पूरा गहराई में स्टोरी सुनाया युधिष्ठिर महाराज को, क्या क्या होगा इसको करने के लिए. ही गेव द फुल इतिहास ऑफ द एंटायर भारतवर्ष, कितने सारे राजा है, क्या क्या हुआ है, जरासंध की कहानी सुनाए, उसको कैसे परास्त करना चाहिए. हम तीनों जाएंगे उसके साथ, युद्ध नहीं करेंगे, जैसे भगवान राम ने वाली के साथ युद्ध नहीं किया था, एक के साथ. अगर उसको जीत लिया देन विल सेंड ऑल द 4 ब्रदर्स 4 डायरेक्शन. कृष्णा गिव ग्रेटर पॉलिटिकल एस्ट्यूटनेस टू युधिष्ठिर महाराज. देखो कैसे हो गया. देन जरासंध वाज किल्ड, चारों दिशा में लोग गए, विभीषण से भी जाकर गिफ्ट लेकर आए सहदेव. भीमा व्हेन ही केम टू अंग देश, fortunately, unfortunately, that time Karna was there. And the Mahabharata explains Bhima defeated Karna single-handedly, extracted, whatever is supposed to give for the sacrifice, the Rajasuya sacrifice. And Rajasuya sacrifice started to happen. And who was the Brahma in the sacrifice? Lord Brahma. Vyasadeva became Lord Brahma in the sacrifice. And what is the duty of Lord Brahma? All other priests, whatever mantras they are chanting, whatever oblation they are offering, whatever purity they are maintaining, उन सबको देखना. He is the referee. First umpire, third umpire, अभी third होता है क्या? रेफरी, सीसीटीवी, सब कुछ ब्रह्मा जी के रूप में व्यासदेव जी देख रहे थे. अगर कोई पुरोहित यावनिंग कर लिया उसमें, उसको वापस भेजना पड़ेगा, जाओ स्नान करके आओ. नो, किस वस्तु को स्पर्श कर दिया गलती से तो उसको स्नान करने के लिए भेजा. अगर कोई मंत्र को गलत प्रकार से गा रहे उसको फिर से करवाया. He is like a Shatavadani, 100 things go. Therefore, Lord Brahma has 4 heads. So therefore, this priest, he does not do anything personally. He is simply a monitor, and therefore it is explained he gets the highest dakshina from the yajman. क्योंकि करना महत्वपूर्ण नहीं है, जितना कम गलती होगी उतना यज्ञ अच्छा होगा. और यज्ञ हुआ, but then Shishupal rose and he offended Krishna, offended the Pandavas. सबसे ज्यादा जितने शुद्ध मंत्रों का उच्चारण हुआ था उतना से ज्यादा यहाँ गाली बोला गया. What he did not speak to Krishna, what he did not speak to Bhishma, what he did not speak to Bhima, what he did not speak to Sahadev, Yudhishthir, सबको, after hearing him speak all that abusive words, eventually Krishna took his Sudarshan Chakra. क्योंकि दर्शन शास्त्र से उसके दिमाग में कुछ गया ही नहीं. भीष्म देव ने उसको पूरा कृष्ण के महानता को सुनाया. told him the entire Bhagavatam story, Krishna's Govardhan Lila, Krishna's Kaliya, subduing Kaliya, Krishna's birth, Krishna killing the demons in Vrindavan, Krishna killing so many demons. After hearing that also, Shishupal was not willing to agree. He was typical left historian. No? ये सब गलत है, इसको मैं मानता नहीं हूं, ये फैक्ट्स नहीं है. नो, ही सेड नो, ही सेड मेरी थी रुक्मिणी, मेरी थी, उसने उसको उठा के भाग गया. इसका कोई जात नहीं है, वो समुद्र में रहता है, इसकी नदी नहीं है. इन दिस वे कंडेम्ड कृष्णा, एंड देन कृष्णा टुक हिज सुदर्शन चक्र, रिलीज्ड एंड किल्ड हिम. After Sudarshan Chakra was released and killed Shishupal, Yudhishthira Maharaj raised this question to Vyasdev. He said, why this happened? ऐसा क्यों हुआ? इतने सुंदर यज्ञ में आपने यज्ञ के पहले कहा था कि कुछ उत्पात होने वाला है, क्या उत्पात समाप्त हो गया क्या? स्वर्ग से आने वाले उत्पात, अंतरिक्ष से आने वाले उत्पात और भूमि से आने वाले उत्पात, क्या वो शांत हो गए राजस्व युग के बाद? व्यासदेव से नो युधिष्ठिर, दे आर गोइंग टू स्टे फॉर 13 years. 13 साल तक रहेंगे. और कब शांत होंगे? व्हेन इट विल स्टॉप? ओनली आफ्टर मेकिंग यू एज एन इंस्ट्रूमेंट. आपको कारण बनाकर दुर्योधन के पाप के कारण, अर्जुन और भीम के पराक्रम के कारण, जब भूमि देवी ये सारे जो राजा के रूप में राक्षस है उनका रक्त पिएगी, तब ये शांत होगा. What did Vyasdev say? He gave a very strong hint. आपको कारण बनाकर, कारण यानी कि not responsible, simply an instrument. And Yudhishthira Maharaj became so hurt by that, he decided to quit his life. बोले मैं इसको सहन नहीं कर सकता, मेरे कारण हो रहा है तो मैं प्राण दे दूंगा. तो भीम और अर्जुन ने उसको रोक लिया, उनको सांत्वना दिया. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj took that vow. He said, I will take a vow that whoever of my family member, my equal or my juniors, and especially my seniors, whatever they tell me to do, I will simply obey them, because if I don't obey, it will cause conflict. ये कितना बड़ा गलत है. देखो, कभी कभी आपको लोग कहेंगे, इट्स अगेंस्ट द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ लाइफ ओनली, यू डोंट रिटेलिएट, just tolerate. Other parties, demonic, mean, small minded, they want you to tolerate. Just because you tolerate, they don't change. Yes, tolerating is a principle also, but it is a limited principle. वो एक टूल हमेशा हर जगह में नहीं चलता. If the other party is so demoniac, they are willing to take away your life and they want you to die, they pray for your death, तो how can you take a vow? भरत के लिए भगवान रामचंद्र कहना कि मैं भरत को वैकुंठ दे सकता हूं क्योंकि भरत योग्य है, लेकिन दुर्योधन योग्य नहीं है. And Yudhishthira Maharaj took that vow. And because he took that vow, what happened was, in fact, the whole process became, instead of staying 13 years in the palace as the king, because he took that vow, instantly Duryodhana and Shakuni were there. They went and told their father for inviting him for gambling match. He gambled on one reason, because I will never say no to my superiors. And that gambling match caused such a disaster for the Kauravas. It speeded up the whole process. And then the Pandavas came to the forest. Vyasadeva chastised Dhritarashtra. He said, my dear Dhritarashtra, your son has become so evil. Send him to Pandavas alone. Because that time they were planning to attack the Kauravas. They were planning to attack the Pandavas. And very interesting, you know what Karna told Duryodhana? He said, this is the best time to attack the Pandavas because they are helpless, they have no army, they are weak. This is the best time to strike them. And therefore Krishna struck him when he was in his the most weakest position. देखो कैसे होता है काल. If you read in the Mahabharata, जो श्लोक उन्होंने पांडवों के लिए कौरवों को कहा था, उसी श्लोक को भगवान के सामने वो कहता है कि मैं गिरा हूं, मेरे रथ पहिए अटके हुए हैं, मैं हेल्पलेस हूं, इसलिए रुको, मेरे लिए प्रतीक्षा करो. यू नो पीपल टॉक अबाउट, अरे देखो उसके साथ ऐसा क्या, लेकिन देखो कैसी बातें कर रहा है वो. He said, let us attack. He gives that. You know, so many things revealed in the scripture. And therefore, Krishna gave him back exactly what he was speaking against the Pandavas. So then he said, send him to Yudhishthir Maharaj. वो सुधर सकता है. And then Vyasdev said, मैंने ये भी सुना है कि आदमी कभी सुधरता नहीं है. But ask Bhishma, ask Vidur, ask Drona. And what do you think about this? Again, Vyasdev ji is not only saying you have to do it. He said, this is what I feel. But you should also ask them. And then after speaking to Dhritarashtra, and what do you think Dhritarashtra says? Dhritarashtra says, you know what, it's easier for you to speak. No, but I can't do it. मैं इसको नहीं कर सकता. But फिर भी Vyasdev repeatedly comes, not once, not twice. So many times he comes to the Dhritarashtra and he goes to the Pandavas also to pacify. And eventually, just before the battle, before the battle of Kurukshetra, he comes to Dhritarashtra. And he said, I can give you the vision. Dhritarashtra, what does he say? He said, my dear father, I don't want to see the destruction of my Gyatis. उसको लगता है कि वो मरेंगे, मेरे बच्चे जीवित रहेंगे. उसको मैं नहीं देखना चाहता हूँ. After that, Vyasdev ji leaves. And then the war takes place. In the middle of the war also, when Abhimanyu was killed, Yudhishthira Maharaj is going through such a lamentation. It is but natural. Vyasdev comes there. And very interesting how Vyasdev pacifies Yudhishthira Maharaj. You know, he says that, very interesting point he says. First he says, my dear Yudhishthir, you should not lament. Why? Because Abhimanyu has attained glorious death. On a mundane platform, वहाँ वो सांत्वना देते हैं कि इतना महान योद्धा, इतनी महान युद्ध करते हुए अपने प्राणों को छोड़ा हुआ है. And then he said, my dear Yudhishthir, the principle of death is eternal. That is part of everybody's existence. It's a universal reality. Therefore, accept this reality. You cannot avoid this. He spoke about Viragati, and he spoke about, one is the personal destination of Abhimanyu. Second, he spoke about the reality of this universe. दोनों भी बताया. And then he started telling stories which was narrated by Narad Muni to one king called as Akampana, who had lost his son on the battlefield. He narrated 16 stories of people who had died. भगीरथ महाराज, उसमें भगवान राम की भी कथा आती है. अपने लीला को समाप्त करके चले गए थे. बोले डेथ देखो, मैंने कितने सारे कहानी सुनाई आपको. सबको अपने डेस्टिनेशन को प्राप्त करना होता है. Yudhishthir became pacified. But again he became in great anxiety, understanding what will I say to Arjun now. देखो कितना सुंदर है. खुद के लिए पैसिफाई हो गए, लेकिन जैसे अर्जुन आएगा उसको क्या बताओगे. So therefore, once hearing the philosophy does not mean that suddenly you transcend all the pain. ये कंटिन्यूसली, ये जैसे एक मैथ सीखने के लिए कितने साल लगते हैं, एक लॉ सीखने के लिए, बिजनेस करने के लिए स्टॉक मार्केट में मार खाना पड़ता है, मतलब पैसा जाता है, यू नो, कमाते हो, जाता है, कमाते हो. मीन्स इन लाइफ टू लर्न समथिंग. एक गार्लैंड के बारे में, एक चावल बनाने के लिए, ऐसा कोई भी कुक नहीं है जो पहली बार जब चावल बनाया उनके माँ जैसा अपने आप बन गया. रोटी एक साधारण रोटी है, उसमें कुछ है ही नहीं. फुल कर दिखाओ उसको जो पहली बार बनाएगा, अरे 10वीं बार बनाने उसको भी ठीक से नहीं बनता. कभी ऑस्ट्रेलिया बन जाता है, कभी न्यूजीलैंड बन जाता है, और कभी पाकिस्तान भी बन जाता है. फिर बाद में वो एकदम साफ राउंड अपने आप बन जाता है. वाई? बिकॉज देयर इज अ प्रैक्टिस. So similarly, transcending lamentation is not attending one 7 days lecture. ऐसा लगता है 7 दिन के बाद मैं सीधे आत्म साक्षात्कारी बनकर ही आ गया. ऐसा नहीं होता. Again at the death of Ghatotgaj, again Vyasdevji comes because Yudhishthira was lamenting. And what did he say? He gave him a practical reality. He said, good that Ghatotgaj has gone. Because if Arjuna had gone to fight Karna, उसके पास शक्ति वेपन था, वो अर्जुन के ऊपर आक्रमण किया करता. Then he said it was Kala which has killed Ghatotgaj using the Shakti of Indra. And then he said again, my dear Yudhishthir, eventually every living entity has to achieve their destination. यानी कि यूनिवर्सल रियलिटी को कहा, दैव के रियलिटी को बताया, और अर्जुन कैसे इससे बचा वो भी समझाया. और ये सब समझने के बाद युधिष्ठिर महाराज became pacified. People say we don't need spiritual knowledge, but just see, even on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, continuously Pandavas in the evening hours, they were forced to do satsang. सत्संग उनको करना पड़ा क्योंकि अच्छे लोगों को अपने कर्तव्यों से दूर हटने में ज्यादा समय नहीं लगता है. Pandavas could have easily walked away when the death of Abhimanyu happened. Pandavas could have walked away when the death of Ghatotgaj happened. Pandavas could have easily walked away when all of their sons were killed on the battlefield. Just like Dronacharya did that. When his son did not die, but there was a news of his death, what did he do? He just left the battlefield. पांडवों को अपने सेवा में संलग्न रखने के लिए व्यासदेव बार बार आते गए. And in this eventually we'll find Vyasdev continuously came to the Pandavas till Yudhishthira, when Arjuna, when he experienced the departure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, तभी भगवान व्यासदेव जी आकर पांडवों को पैसिफाई करते हैं. और उसके बाद में वो समयप्रश बद्रीनाथ के पास, if you go there, there is Vyasa Gufa. He sat in his deep meditation, which was his constitutional nature, which was his nature. लेकिन सर्कमस्टेंशियल समाज में आते थे क्योंकि इसकी आवश्यकता थी. और अपने ऋषि दृष्टिकोण के साथ में गणेश जी को अपने साथ में लेकर उन्होंने क्या कहा? व्हाट डिड ही से? आई एम गोइंग टू नरेट दिस महाभारत. माय डियर गणेश, यू हैव टू राइट विथ अंडरस्टैंडिंग. केवल लिखना नहीं, मैं जो भी श्लोक कहूंगा उसको आपको समझना है. कैन यू इमेजिन राइटिंग व्हाट कृष्णा स्पोक टू अर्जुन on the battlefield of Kurukshetra in 40 minutes? उसको क्या भगवान ने as it is बोला था या व्यासदेव ने उसको अपने भाषा में उसको सुनाया? What we know for sure is Vyasdev on his own who wrote it down all. Therefore, as much as we are grateful to Krishna for producing this masterpiece on the battlefield of Kurukshetra in 40 minutes, we should be equally grateful to Vyasadev for actually compiling. भगवान ने बोल दिया जो अर्जुन भूल भी गया उसको. Arjuna told Krishna, Krishna, can you repeat what you spoke, that Bhagavad Gita? Krishna said, you idiot, forgot it. भगवान उसको गाली देते, तू भूल गया इतना जल्दी. मैं उसको ऐसा नहीं बोल सकता, मैंने योग दृष्टि में उसको कहा था. I cannot repeat what I have spoken. Even Krishna is there in the Mahabharata. He said, I cannot repeat what I have spoken, and because you forgot, तुझे अभी मैं दूसरा ज्ञान दूंगा करके, instead of speaking Gita to him, Krishna spoke Anugita. Anugita means in the footsteps of Bhagavad Gita. और 700 श्लोक के बदले में 1800 कुछ श्लोक है उसका. आज तक किसी ने पढ़ा नहीं उसको, मैंने भी नहीं सुना है उसको. पढ़ा लेकिन कुछ समझ में नहीं आया क्योंकि उसका तात्पर्य मैं किधर देखा नहीं हूं. जस्ट इमेजिन, इवन कृष्ण वॉज नॉट एबल टू रिकलेक्ट, अर्जुना फॉरगॉट. तो महानता किसके इस गीता को देने का? इट वॉज द ग्रेटनेस ऑफ व्यास. वेयर डिड ही लर्न इट? बिकॉज ही वॉज देयर और नॉट देयर? उनके शिष्य थे संजय. धृतराष्ट्र ने सुन लिया, संजय ने सुन लिया, अर्जुन ने सुन लिया. एक दृष्टिकोण से सबके सब भूल गए. लेकिन व्यास देव जी ने उसको केवल वो 700 श्लोक ने कितना कुछ, अष्टावक्र गीता, अनुगीता, ऐसे कितने सारे संवाद उसमें हैं जो जीवन दृष्टिकोण को देते हैं. एंड दैट इज वन एस्पेक्ट ऑफ हिज कंट्रीब्यूशन टू द ह्यूमन सोसाइटी. वी डिस्कस दैट. एंड देयरफॉर when we glorify Vyasadev, Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya. Who is he? He is Vishnu Rupa. Whenever we recite Bhagavatam, we always chant. What is that verse? How does it begin? Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye. Therefore, Vyasa is always there in our ordinary statements also. As we begin yesterday, व्यास पिटावर हजर वावे. न व्यासपीठ में आपको आना होगा कि हमारे सारे भाषाओं में व्यास भरे हुए. अगर ऐसे व्यासदेव के महाभारत, भागवत, इन ग्रंथों को पढ़ेंगे. Therefore Lord Chaitanya told, he said to some of the followers, जो वेद को नहीं मानता, श्रुति स्मृति पुराण आदि पंचरात्रिक विधिम विना ऐकांतिका हरेर भक्तिर उत्पाते वही कल्पते. केवल भक्ति में उत्पात नहीं, समाज में उत्पात हो जाता है. क्योंकि आज का समाज, खास करके भारत का समाज, वो व्यास वाणी और वाल्मीकि वाणी को बिना सुने अपने खुद के वाणी को लेकर आकर, नो, डेक्कन क्रॉनिकल, टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया, इंडियन एक्सप्रेस, इंडिया टुडे, हिंदुस्तान टाइम्स, नवाकाळ, नो, all these newspapers have been replaced. They have replaced Valmiki's darshan, they have replaced our Vyasa's darshan. So therefore there is guarantee. What will it do? It will only produce Dhritarashtras. It will only produce Duryodhanas. Therefore Prabhupada writes in the very first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is not about the population, it's about what kind of population. जनसंख्या का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लेकिन किस प्रकार की जनसंख्या है. Somebody sent a report other day that 26% of the children who are in the 8th standard, they don't know how to read and write. 54% those who are in 6th standard, they cannot solve mathematical problem. लेकिन सर्टिफिकेट तो उनको मिल जाएगा. देखो, लेकिन अगर बचपन से इस व्यास भारत को, वाल्मीकि रामायण को सुनाया जाए, वो फाउंडेशन बन जाए, तो क्या हो सकता है, क्या नहीं हो सकता. ये व्यास का कंट्रीब्यूशन है, ये वाल्मीकि महर्षि का कंट्रीब्यूशन है. तो इनके बारे में through the books of the great acharyas, their commentaries, when we present it, then certainly we become the most fortunate people. We only focused on some aspect of Vyasdev. Vyasdev ki mahanta, his greatness is so limitless, but we will stop here because we have only 3 days to do. The next character, another very interesting character, we discussed in our psychology of Mahabharata little bit in regards to this personality called as Dhaumya Rishi. ऐसे व्यक्तित्व है why Pandavas chose him as their guru. We'll do that part, and then we will see if there is a time today to the qualification of a guru and qualification of a disciple. Very beautiful verse spoken by Vedanta Deshika, compiling from the scripture. गुरु शिष्यों के क्या गुण होते हैं, what are their qualification, very beautifully explained by him. And all this qualification was found in Daumya Rishi and in the Pandavas also. How did Daumya Rishi, repeatedly we'll see the difference between Daumya and Dronacharya. Dronacharya gets all the credit for being the teacher of the Pandavas. And if you go and talk to people, those who know Mahabharata, or they claim that they know Mahabharata, even in the Bhagavatam is there, but is so conspicuous by his humility. One of the places where you will find Daumya Rishi, where Bhishma is passing away. He is there. When Krishna is departing to Dwarka, he is there. He is crying, shedding tears of separation. But some other we do not discuss about Daumya Rishi. That's his greatness. Why that's his greatness? Because he is there, but he is there in such a way that he being there, he keeps it so much in the background that even those who are getting benefit of him, they do not speak about him so much. It's very interesting when a teacher teaches student in such a way that student learns feeling that actually मैं अपने आप पढ़ रहा हूँ, अहंकार के कारण नहीं, आत्मविश्वास के कारण. And I'm actually learning myself. And the teacher, such a great psychology of Daumya Rishi, such a great psychology, he never makes Pandavas remember his contribution. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita we read, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, he didn't want to be there in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Lokanath Goswami didn't want to be there in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. They told Kaviraj Goswami that he should not narrate about us. अपने अस्तित्व को इतना obscure बना दिया after contributing so much. He's like Jambavan again. Jambavan was responsible not once or twice, however many times we tell that story. If Jambavan was not there, Hanumanji could have not experienced such a glory. Only because of Jambavan, Hanumanji got to know where to go, what to bring. He went and he brought that mountain. Who gets all the glory? Hanumanji gets the glory. Ram does not even look at Jambavan. Jambavan doesn't tell, मैंने बोला था उसको जाने के लिए. No. He doesn't speak that. Sometimes people do. Are, I'm counseling you, why don't you come to me? क्यों नहीं आया 8 दिन से? नहीं आया तो नहीं आया ना. Right? Why make people so embarrassed about people not coming to you? Unless they are not at all in touch with anybody, you could ask out of concern. But making them feel that I am there, without me you cannot progress. This is the beauty. It is not that Hanumanji is ungrateful to the contribution of Jambavan. It is Jambavan's greatness he contributes in such a way that he does not allow Hanumanji to speak about it. It's a fascinating character. Similarly, Daumya Rishi. When the Pandavas were basically chased away by the Kurus, they wanted to burn them alive. The Pandavas were escaping so many places they were moving about. Eventually they came on the bank of Ganga. They wanted to take their bath. And there was this Gandharva called as Angaraparna. He realized the Pandavas are coming. He tells this afterwards, entire event, after all the story was over. So then he decided to challenge the Pandavas. especially Arjun. When Arjuna came along with others, Yudhishthira came along with others, he said, hey, come on, you can't come to this place. This is our place. It's an evening time where Gandharvas control the entire river. Arjuna said, that is for other rivers, not for Ganga. गंगा के लिए कभी भी मनुष्य कोई भी जा सकता है, यहां आपको हमें रोक नहीं सकते. उनका झगड़ा भी शास्त्रोक्त हो रहा है. No? So there is a conflict between the two. Eventually Gandharva challenges Arjuna. Arjuna defeats him very easily, burns his chariot. He was Angaraparna, Chitraratha, वो धग्धरथ बन गया. धग्धरथ बनने के बाद he wanted to offer something to Arjun. Arjun said, I can't take anything because I will only take based upon my valor. He wanted to offer him special horses, and he also wanted to offer special vidya through which he can see the higher beings what they are doing. So Arjun said, मैं नहीं ले सकता ऐसा. Then he said, ठीक है, तुम मुझे एक अस्त्र सिखाओ और इसके बदले में अस्त्र ले लो. In this way you are not taking any charity from me. There is an exchange of offer. So Arjuna agrees. He said, you keep the horses. Whenever I need, I will take them. And then Arjuna asked him, why did you attack us? He said, I knew you are very powerful. I knew that you are coming. But the reason I attacked you, Arjun, he said, you have finished your education. आपका विद्या समाप्त हुई है. No, you have gone through Gurukul. But the point is, you don't have a पुरोहित with you. आपके पास शिक्षक नहीं है, आपके पास गुरु नहीं है. आप उनके बिना जा रहे हो. He said, nobody can progress in this world without having a purohit with him. Now, pura could be village, pura could be a country, pura could be a rajya, pura could be a family also. जो परिवार को हित चाहने वाला वो पुरोहित होता है. In the Bhagavatam, Prabhupada writes in one place, in regards to Daumya Rishi only, he said, practically there is no difference between a family purohit and a spiritual master. दोनों में कोई अंतर नहीं है. We can read that purport. So, therefore, Pandavas choosing, he said, you don't have. And secondly, your brahmacharya ashram has been completed. नेक्स्ट आश्रम में अब तक गए नहीं आप लोग. इसके कारण मुझे आपके ऊपर आक्रमण करना पड़ा. अगर अर्जुन तुम्हारे में विशेष शक्ति इसलिए तुम बच गए. अगर आपके पास पुरोहित हुआ करते, even if you are a fallen kshatriya, by the power of purohit you could be protected. And if you have a purohit, then you'll become powerful. Now, what is purohit? Purohit, basically, from another modern perspective, we could call it as a think tank. The greatness of purohit is, पुरोहित के पास एक ही प्रोजेक्ट होता है. His project is the upgrading of the knowledge of the people. He is basically people centric. उनको लोगों को विकसित करने में अपना जीवन पूर्णतया दे देते हो. Nothing but that. And they are such udasin party, they have the power and courage to give complete vision कि क्या होगा, कैसे होगा, कैसे करना चाहिए, कैसे नहीं करना चाहिए. Whether you accept it or not, their opinion, they'll always walk by you. उन्होंने व्रत लिया हुआ है कि मैं आपके साथ में रहूंगा. So then Arjuna asked them, if that is the condition, do you know any such purohit who can guide us? Then this Gandharva told him, he was a Patha Pradakshaka guru of the Pandavas. He was the one who told them about having a spiritual teacher. He said, very close by there is a Utkochata Tirtha. वहाँ देवल के छोटे भाई, the younger brother of Deval Rishi, Daumya Rishi is there, you can approach him, then I guarantee that he will accept you. Arjuna asked that question, they were very happy, and from there, where did they go? They directly come to Utkochata Tirtha and they meet the Rishi Daumya and they ask him for becoming their teacher. And what does Daumya Rishi see? Daumya Rishi sees the qualification of the Pandavas. उन्होंने देखा कि धार्मिक है, इनमें धर्म बुद्धि है, वेदों के प्रति निष्ठा है, they stay together. Then he said, I will follow, I will come with you. And then once he made that decision, we have discussed this before, how can Dronacharya be great guru for the Pandavas? When Pandavas were in the forest for 13 years, not even one day he came to meet them. He came to Pandavas with a very clear agenda that I have come here to make Pandavas and Kauravas so great, use them to fight Drupad. ओपनली बोल दिया था, इतना तो प्रामाणिकता उनमें था, हिडन एजेंडा नहीं था, ओपन एजेंडा था. एंड ही एक्चुअली यूज्ड द पांडवास फॉर फाइटिंग द्रुपद. दैट बिकेम हिज गुरु दक्षिणा. दैट्स अ डिफरेंस. Daumya Rishi had absolutely no agenda. Absolutely no agenda. And therefore he made Pandavas so sensitive to their surrounding. एक बार जब अर्जुन के विरह में, अर्जुन had gone to the heavenly planets to collect all the weapons. So the Pandavas were living in one of the forest, I think in Dvaitavan. They were moving back and forward from Daityavan to Kamyakwan, Dvaitavan and Kamyakwan, one of this forest. Yudhishthira Maharaj told, I think Kamyakwan. He said, my dear Acharya, he said, you know what? He said, I'm feeling separation in this place because this is the place where we were separated from Arjuna. So then Daumya Rishi spoke to him about when your lamentation is height, then you should do Tirth Yatra. तीर्थ यात्रा करना चाहिए. देखो कितना महत्वपूर्ण है. घर में जब भी आपके बहू के साथ कुछ समस्या होता है तो चले जाओ वृंदावन में, come back, go around and come back, because tirtha purifies you like anything. So then what Daumya Rishi did, another very interesting, in one sense they are in the northern side of India. Now Daumya Rishi speaks about the entire north, south, east, west holy places, which includes Kaveri river also, which includes Narmada river also, which includes Ganga also, which includes Sindhu Nadi also. So therefore when people say, the concept of India is very modern, because India was never a country. This is one of the greatest argument repeatedly spoken by the modern historians against Indian unity. पहले देश नहीं था. India is a new concept of राष्ट्र, पहले था ही नहीं हमारे में. We were all scattered. If we are scattered, why Daumya Rishi only speaks about Bharatvarsh? He doesn't speak about Nile river, then other Egyptian river. It is Mleccha Desh, बाहर हो गया हो, भारतवर्ष के बाहर हो गया. भारतवर्ष के बारे में चर्चा करते और ये चारों दिशाओं का वर्णन करते हो. The Pandavas become ready to go to these 4 holy places. Then Daumya Rishi says, यात्रा करने वालों के लिए कुछ नियम बताते हैं ना. Who can do यात्रा? He says, जिनको पकवान खाना है वो यात्रा में नहीं जाना चाहिए, क्योंकि मिलेगा नहीं उधर ना. फर्स्ट थिंग he says, you will not get. सेकेंड, जो वृद्धावस्था के कारण त्रस्ते हुए हैं, they should not go. जो संन्यास धर्म का पालन करने के कारण दुर्बल हो गए शारीरिक दृष्टिकोण से, उनको नहीं जाना चाहिए. जिनको मिष्टान खाना है उनको नहीं जाना चाहिए. ऐसे कितने सारे नियम को बनाने के बाद Yudhishthira Maharaj announces, because he had so many Brahmanas that had come from Hastinapur, because they didn't want to be called as the citizens of Duryodhan. After announcing, those sages were also, the students were very honest about their capacity. They didn't say Krishna will take care, you know. So they said, we can't travel, unfortunately. Yudhishthira said, don't worry, I will write to Dhritarashtra. So he writes to Dhritarashtra. He said, please accept them back in the kingdom. And Dhritarashtra fortunately accepted them back. एंड उनका जो दक्षिणा उनको मिलता था नियमित रूप से, वो उसको तैयार कर दिया. देखो कितनी शक्ति थी युधिष्ठिर महाराज में, कितनी संवेदनशीलता थी. और ये ज्ञान किसने दिया? दौम्य ऋषि ने दिया. Another time when they were in one forest, just imagine, it's beautiful. जो पर्यावरण की बात करते हैं उनके लिए बहुत ही जबरदस्त है. Pandavas were staying because they are Kshatriyas. There is the whole concept of releasing. There is this whole modern psychology talks about अपने जो एनर्जी को रिलीज करना चाहिए. कोई तकिया को मारकर, तकिया को फेंक कर, या अपने आईने के सामने खड़े होकर, दे मेक दिस होल कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ रिलीज. हमारे शास्त्रों में भी है मंत्रों के रूप में. शांति मंत्र है. Better to chant these mantras. And then, being a Kshatriya, it was very natural for the Pandavas go to the forest for hunting. दो कारण के लिए हंटिंग के लिए जाते थे. एक कारण था कि क्षत्रिय होने के कारण कहां तो मारने की कला को रखना चाहिए ना जीवित. If a Kshatriya stops the power of punishment, he will become so Brahminical. When he has to punish people, he will forgive not because he has a forgiving quality, but because he has a cowardice qualities of not able to punish. इसके लिए मतलब मैं क्षमा कर रहा हूँ. नहीं, क्षमा इसीलिए नहीं कर रहा है क्योंकि उसको क्षमा करना है. वो क्षमा इसीलिए कर रहा है कि अपने डरपोकता को क्षमा के रूप में प्रस्तुत कर रहा है. Disciplining is not, it takes great courage also to discipline, because in disciplining you have to have a painful relationship with those whom you love, tough love. तो इसीलिए जंगल में जाया करते थे. और दूसरा, second reason they would go to the forest, because the villages were connected to the forest and these deadly animals would attack the villagers and their farmland. तो बैलेंस करना उनकी संख्या को, इसके लिए क्या करते थे. तो क्या हुआ, बिकॉज दे स्टेड लिटिल एक्स्ट्रा इन दैट फॉरेस्ट, द नंबर ऑफ एनिमल्स गॉट स्लॉटर्ड इंक्रीज्ड. देयर वाज एन इम्बैलेंस. देयर वाज अ फियर ऑफ सम ऑफ द एनिमल्स बिकमिंग एक्सटिंक्ट. देखो ये महाभारत में है. इट वाज वेरी फैसिनेटिंग. And some of the animals came to Yudhishthira Maharaj. बोलेगा जैसे कि जानवर कैसे आ सकता है. अरे just understand the sensitivity here of Yudhishthira Maharaj. They came and told, my dear Yudhishthira, you know what, we understand कि आपको शिकार करना है, लेकिन समस्या क्या है, हमारी बीज ही खत्म हो जाएगा, हम पूरे के पूरे खत्म हो जाएंगे. Therefore, if you can go to some other forest, it will be very nice so that we can again thrive. Yudhishthira steers in his eyes. Next morning with Daumya Rishi, he moved out of Kamyak Van and he came to Dvaita Van. देखो कितना सुंदरता से यहाँ वर्णन किया हुआ है. So in this way, Daumya Rishi, I just told two stories. We will narrate more about Daumya Rishi after learning the concept of what are the qualification of a disciple and what are the qualification of Guru. In this way, when we actually worship the power of the real spiritual teacher, then the students grow so nicely. And with the student, the Vedic mantra says, we'll read that, a guru prays for his own growth also along with the growth of the student. Because इतना सारा अपने समय को दे रहा है, अपने एनर्जी को दे रहा है, So therefore he also prays to the Supreme Lord, my dear Lord, please help me to grow along with my students. We'll study that tomorrow. What time? 6:30. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
RG Media YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe.